Om Shanti, greetings of peace. Welcome everyone for the first Monday Insight session of the year 2026. I'm sure everybody is happy, excited, full of zeal and enthusiasm and newness. Everybody must be thinking, many of you must have started to work from today. It's the first working day, must be the first day to go to school. How did that go? Good.
Good.
Make it good. Feel good. Very nice. So today the topic is New Year, New Inner Silence. And the theme is explore how to begin 2026 by resetting the inner noise and creating a fresh relationship with silence as a daily practice. And a little more than that. Before we go on to that, let's just do, how we do like a litmus test when you go to a doctor's office and make you sit and they'll say, okay, let's get your vitals check. So let's just do an energy check. How is my energy today? How am I? Kaushik bhai, settle. Like a little genie everywhere. When anybody walks in, or you walk into a space, you walk into a room, you feel an energy. And if someone is having a heated conversation, they might be very silent and they walk in, you feel an energy. You sit next to someone, you feel an energy. How am I feeling? When I say check the energies, check inside, just take a moment to feel, how are you feeling at this very moment? What's the energy that is flowing inside you? It's the first day of work, school, university, back to business. So many things. So how is the energy inside? So how are you feeling? Anybody? We have Trimurtis in Nandi Park. We have Trimurti here too.
This is Brother Danny and this is Sister Justine.
What's the sister's name?
Justine, she just started.
Justin and just started. Rhymes were.
Yeah. Yes. Remember Tolia met this person at Iman?
Yes, you did. Very good. Welcome.
Thank you.
So how are you feeling?
I feel relaxed.
Relaxed?
Yes.
Anyone off the grid? Not so, many people come to the meditation center to feel good. I was having a busy day or very anxious, so many things after a long break. I want to come to settle, just want to center myself. We'll do that. We'll center our energies as well. But this month is a very special month for all of us at the Brahma Kumaris, because this is the month when our Brahma Baba, whom we foundingly calling as Brahma Baba, but he's also our founding father. He's also a very good student, and have been studying some things. It happens to be his month when he attained his complete and perfect stage in 1969 at the age of 93. Right. So I was reading this topic and I was just reflecting. So what is it? How did he do? When you go to any university or college, they have a board. I'm sure it happens here. They put the topper's name. This year, this person was the topper or the gold medalist or who got the highest scores. They put their names of this year, so and so. And And parents also say, tag along with so and so's company so you can study well. Honors roll. Okay, thank you. That's what it's called. Yeah, see, I'm getting a little more education. And parents are also, well, they make sure you're in the right company. So you study well, you don't get misled, you don't get into bad habits. Very concerned about the company, right? And they say, no, did you check? How did they study? How did they prepare for their exam? No? So similarly, you see the two people on next to me, and they are the honor students, right? Who passed with honors. And what did they do? Even before coming into this path, it's very fascinating to understand, to know what was Brahma Baba's, what was his positioning when he had to respond. Of course, he was a jeweler merchant, very wealthy, very well known in his community, but at the same time, grounded in morality, grounded in virtues. He was a father. He had 2 sons and 3 daughters, and the way they were raised, right? So one of his daughters mentions that every day they would get every day they would get pocket money. I was like, my mom and dad would give me only monthly pocket money, and you have to budget yours for that. They would get every day pocket money so that they don't have the habit of asking. So you have enough that you don't have to ask. And after giving that pocket money, they would be inspired. It is okay to have this pocket money. You can use it to whatever chocolates, biscuits that you want to buy. But it's also good when you do charity. And when you do charity, you become a queen. No, like however way you have to share it to the kids, you'll become a queen in your next birth. So the daughter, and they would get silver coins. In those days, they would get silver coins. And so those days, so the daughter who was sharing this said, why should I just donate a portion of it? Let me give it all. I'll really become a queen in my next birth. So what she would do, she would go and donate whatever she had, to the poor, to the needy person. She would just give it all. But she wanted to eat chocolates. She wanted to eat biscuits, cookies. So she would go to the stores, and because her father was very well known, so she was famous. Oh, Dada's daughter, Dada's daughter. And she would very nicely, with a nice, graceful smile, she would go and she would take whatever she want, right? And they would ask, okay, are you going to pay for this? She said, no, my dad will pay for this. Dada will pay for this. And so she would just say that and go home, right? And when she went home, it was the routine that the father would ask his kids, so what did you do with your pocket money? Like they want to make sure you're using it right. So very nicely, she would say, I gave it all away. I donated it all because I wanted to really be the queen. And Dada would listen to that and he would never scold her. It's very good. You have a very good sanskar, or your habit, your nature of giving is very good. We would encourage that practice in her. And then you would ask, okay, because the shopkeepers would go to his shop for the money of the chocolate and biscuits. And he would definitely give. Right? So, but he never questioned, like, you shouldn't give. There was a time when she was wearing some gold bangles in her hand, and one of the mothers came to her, and whoever came to their house, nobody went empty-handed. And it was her daughter's wedding, and she was looking for support, financial support in whatever way. Her father was not there, so she quietly took out her bangles and gave it. It was designer collection bangles, not ordinary, designer collection, and gave it. And she said the mother was scared, because she's a very young kid, and the young kid is just giving away like that. And she can get into trouble for even taking such a thing. And so the lady who took went back to Dada's store, said, but the daughter has given this. I didn't ask, she's given this. With the father's generosity. So if she's given, you keep it. So the next day, in the morning, breakfast time, now she doesn't have bangles on her hand. And she didn't ask her mom or dad that if she could give golden bangles, right? So Dada very nicely, okay, why is your hand so empty? What happened to your bangles or something? So she stays quiet for some time. And she has to say, I gave it away or something like that. It's not a small thing, no? That you're just donating away money like that. But he never raised his voice. Never raised his voice. However, he taught them, and of course, inspired them to do charity, to give good company. I was just thinking, what is that silent space? If something, even minute, some mistake, if somebody does in our life, what is the response? In what space am I responding? And look at Dada. This was even before he started to meditate. I mean, he was very devotional, religious, all of that. But there was this sanskar of never raise his voice, never raise his hand on the kids. Have you got beaten anytime? Okay. You have got beaten anytime from your parents? But yeah, I mean, whatever reason it could be. We didn't ask the reason, right? Yes. Yeah, not for this, but yes. So this is one aspect. And something uh, goes out of the norm, but trying to understand the other person's perspective, with what intention, what that act done. And to look at it, this is a good act. This is an act of charity. Of course, you have to educate them that there are certain things you can give as donation, but certain not. But the way it is done is very inspiring. And even when he started this organization, and he was at the peak of the business, right? And even at the peak of this business, um, there was a time when that shift happened. And when he looked at all the jewelry and everything in his store, they all looked like rocks. They are valuable jewels, but they all looked like rocks. And there were partners, there were a couple of partners. So he goes to his partner and says, whatever is my share, you give it to me. And he gives some time. He gives them some time. And so they know that he has a change of mindset, right? So they don't give him everything that he deserves, because he was the one who established, who brought it to that level and everything. So it was very partial distribution of property. But still, if something like that happened with me, where I don't receive the property that I'm supposed to receive, this is my right. And either I don't get it, I get a very portion of it. What is my stage? Will I say, this is my right? Of course, you can take your action, not that, okay, fine. But in what state of mind am I doing all of that? What is the sound inside? In this new year, can that noise, the inner noise, can I change it to that inner silent space and then respond? So wherever we are connected to, that's the energy that will flow in me. If I'm connected to just the material, if I'm connected to greed, if I'm connected to anger, if I'm connected to attachment, that's the energy that will flow in me. So how am I connected to my true self? And what is my true self? What is the true self made of? Who are you? No, we say in general, when you squeeze an orange, orange juice will come. Squeeze, or when I'm not. Come again? Oh, it depends how I squeeze you. So there's a quick squeeze and there's a slow squeeze. They cut, no, slowly they'll cut and that one shot. How I've squeezed, when I squeeze, who is around when I'm squeezed, all of that. Irrespective of whatever the stimuli is, whether I'm knocked or I'm squeezed or tested, what is it that's coming out? So what's inside? One is to do, that's why I said, let's do a self check first. What is the energy inside? What is it that's flowing? If I don't check, then I can never change. So in this path of study, it's not just to check, but we have to check and change. We have to become checkers, not of others, but of the self. So let's do one practice of getting into my true self, getting into that inner silence, from where the noise slowly fades away. Even when I'm talking to you, there's a lot of noise in the background. I'm not sure whether they're doing power wash or whatever is going on the outside. There's a lot of noises. But you know, the being has an amazing ability to shut off the noises. Have you felt any time? You might be in the middle of a lot of chaos, but you're absolutely able to read a book in that middle of the chaos. Or even maybe watching a movie. There's a lot of things happening, but you're so engrossed in that one thing that it's as if the world, whatever is happening outside, it's you zoned out. That's the word, you zoned out of that place. We have the ability to switch off. We have the ability to switch on. Yeah. So what we'll do, the first step is to step in. Yeah. I leave the outside world outside and step in. Okay. So just sit very comfortably. With your eyes open, ears open. And as your eyes and ears, like all your sense organs, right? Like you can feel the floor beneath your feet, your back touching the chair. So the touch, the smell, the images around you, the sounds around you. Just become aware. Just take a few moments to become aware of all of that. The taste in the mouth. Just become aware. Don't have to analyze anything. The sound, the smell, the touch, the vision. They all are there. I want you to slowly step in, as if all the sounds are fading away. All the images around you in the room that you are fading away. All the other stimuli are fading away. Turn your attention inward. And when you turn your attention inward, there is a very sacred space which is absolutely still, calm, silent. Just feel that inner stillness, silence. And it is in this space that I, the being of light, am present. A being of peaceful energy, peaceful light. And as you are in that stage, I'm going to narrate another scenario to you. And I want you to just stay in that state, and listen. Okay? And see how much you can hold that inner silence, inner stillness. Now, wherever you are, whether you're in Nandi Park, whether you're in Georgetown, wherever you are sitting, we recently heard a very not so pleasant news that one of our students' son was stabbed in 2-3 places. Yeah. And his friend was also stabbed and very critical. Why I'm saying this, I want you to be in that stage and listen. We're talking about Brahma Baba. So when this organization started, yeah, and it started to pick up momentum, it started to pick up attention. So many people were having beautiful experiences, and many transformation was happening inside. Their lifestyles were changing, their priorities were changing, many things. And as this was expanding, there was also another group which was called as anti-party. They were like opposition. They didn't like this change in lifestyle, change in many things, a simple lifestyle. So they hired a hitman to kill Brahma Baba. So Brahma Baba was sitting in a room, and this hitman walks in. Now, when you're alone in your space, when somebody walks in, can you feel it? Like, you can sense a little change of energy when suddenly you feel a sense of an odd energy. So he felt there's someone, and he saw, and he knew he had a dagger in his hand, and he's come to attack. At that very moment, what would you do? You are by yourself in that room, and this person is coming with a dagger, very much knows that he's going to attack. What would you do?
Try to defend myself.
How would you defend yourself? You would counter oppose, or how would you defend yourself? Probably, right? Yes, there's no harm. You need to self-defense. You have to protect yourself. The session is not that you just sit quiet. Sorry, that's not the intention. What is the intention is in what state are you, whatever act you do. So Brahma Baba, of course, it's those days, went into just instant deep silence. And he went to the divine, said, okay, if this is how it has to end, I'll just come to you now. Right? I'm just going to God. And he just went into the deep silence. And he was just looking at the hitman. And the hitman was a devotee of Guru Nanak. He was from the Sikh faith, like how we have Jainism, Buddhism. There is a religion called Sikh, the Sikh faith. And their prophet is Guru Nanak. So he had a vision of Guru Nanak and he froze. Yeah, he froze. And then Baba called a couple of the students who were there and said, "Child, take him. Probably lost his way." No matter what the situation was, he was very well known before he started all this movement. And there also came a time when his name was criticized in the newspaper. No, criticism at one level is okay, but when somebody insults you or on your character, that is something nobody likes. And when it is not true, it's a stain on your character. Right? Even on that time, when the children would come and say, "Baba, this is what has come in the headlines. There's an old man in Sindh who wants so many women," or something like that. No matter what the scene of the dramas were unfolding, he never showed tension or stress. What is this? He stayed calm, composed. And he was like, "Okay, child, we're getting free publicity. We're getting free publicity. Now, can you think of like that? If I put myself in that shoes, and if somebody puts a stain on your character, that's a very big insult, right? Could I say, oh, it was of course, that person came back. He realized what he did was wrong and he went and corrected it. But those corrections don't go on the front page. They'll go in somewhere, a small article. Whatever damage has to be done, and damage. But that's not how Baba looked at it. He said, well, there's been free publicity. So many incidents, different scenarios of his life where that the response is coming from that inner silence, inner stillness, and it doesn't happen right away. Oh, I heard this class, I'm going to be silent and still. No, it is something that I have practiced over a long period of time. How many of us get irritated? I do. Anybody on the Zoom land get irritated? Yes, very good, honest. Only one camera which is open, who I can at least look at. Of course, as you go on the path, maybe the intensity, the frequency, maybe I was getting irritated quickly. Small things can push the button, but slowly, as you keep practicing, connecting to your inner stillness, connecting to your inner silence, that capacity will slowly keep growing. You are, what should I call you? A gym specialist? No. What? A physiotherapist, right? Let's keep that profession, whatever. But you also are a trainer. So you know that in one day, you can't do so much. There's only little weights that you can lift in a day. And slowly you build. So similarly here as well, you slowly build your capacities. Can we do one more minute? One absolute minute. But at this time, I don't want you to just connect to your inner silent space, but I want you to connect to that divine energy, that ocean of peace, the ocean of stillness, the ocean of love, the merciful one, and allow that energy to flow into you. We'll say one is by my own effort, I'm able to do. And when you have the powerhouse, you connect to that powerhouse, you plug in there and allow that energy to flow in. That's a different, immense silence. Why I say this, of course, I was telling you all the challenges, but there also has been a lot of miracles. In those days, this is in the 1930s. Okay, nowadays we have a 7 days course, 8 days course, 3 days course, 1 hour each, all of that. Those days they would sit in meditation, and they would just, whoever came to them, irrespective of whether it's Brahma Baba or anybody, whoever came to them, and they would just say, "You are a soul." That's all they would say. And the person listening to that, they would go into a deep experience. And I was like, that's it? Did they say anything before and after? Did they give a commentary? No. All they said, that was, "You are a soul." So being in that state, when they said it, the arrow touches the soul. And they would go into that experience. So not that we're going to try and test all of that, but definitely when you are in that meditative state, at that time, take any book and read, but read as a detached observer. Being in that meditative state, come into sound and listen to it without any analysis and see how you will respond to it. Okay? Right? Let's do it once more. So the first step is to step in. Keep your eyes wide open, your ears wide open, but stable. Let the eyes stay stable on one thing. You don't have to stare, just naturally look at one point in front of you. And as you look at that one point in front of you, you're seeing, but let your attention look within and connect to that inner peaceful star that I am, a tiny point of light, living energy, source of life at the center of the forehead. And now take your attention beyond this body, as if you're seeing yourself from above, watching yourself from above. Look at yourself being seated and observe the surrounding around you. And just like a helium balloon will float up, just float up beyond the roof of the room. It's a dark night. There's lights all over. Take your attention beyond the sky. Beyond the gravity of this earth, out in the space. You're passing through the planets, the stars, the galaxy. And you come into a dimension of infinite golden red light, like an ocean of warm golden red light. See yourself as a tiny star entering that space. And as you enter that space, you're surrounded, embraced by that sweet silence. Dead silence. beyond the drama of the world. And in front of us is the divine being of light, who's the ocean of love, it's the ocean of peace. And like a magnet pulls the needle, I naturally, easily gravitate towards the divine being. And it's this pull of love. Go very close to this divine, sweet light and just touch it. And allow that light to just embrace you. This light is healing. This light is accepting. This light is refreshing, re-energizing. Where I, the soul, feel so secured. Whatever I need, I have it. Whatever I want is already there. And slowly being with the divine, the purest energy. Being in his company, being under his canopy, feeling his energy flow through you, into you, around you. And just feel that beautiful energy all over you. Come back. So when you are in that energy, connected to that energy, and you're facing any challenge, any hurdle, any obstacle, does it feel big? Does it feel difficult? How many of you say yes? And how many of you say no? How about the Nandi Park students? The ones who have their windows open. And we also have Miss Adams. Janita? Janita? Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to unmute and share? Yeah, go ahead.
What was the question?
You're still muted. There must be a mic icon. You just touch it and it'll unmute.
Speak.
But anyone else, till she unmutes, if anyone else wants to share, you want to say something?
What was the question?
When I'm in this state, and if I have to face any obstacle, challenge, situation, how would you feel? I wish no situations come to you. This is your beginning of the year. But also, the reality is there will be ups and downs, there will be turns and curves as well. So we have to prepare for everything, right? And the more the test paper that we cross, you go to even in a video game, you cross one level, you go to a next level. So even in life, you go from one level to another level. So that inner silence. Anybody wants to share? Anything here in-house? Any thoughts, any comments? We're at 7. Go ahead.
Um, I think having come here, my reactions have been a lot slower.
Slower.
Everything seems to slow down a little bit, and I think this year I don't want to.
Touch. Knock on wood. Yeah, this is metal. Yeah, this is wood.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like I have been coming to this point because I have faced obstacles,
Mhm.
and I was able to just be quiet then. But I
Okay.
I was quiet, but still,
That inside, there was
yeah,
like
bubbling
bubbling.
a bit.
But at least
But
you, on the external,
I feel now it feels a little, even if I bubble, it's not for so long. I wouldn't even call it bubbling. It was just like a little drop
Drop.
on the water.
Mm.
And then it just
disappears. Very
goes.
nice.
So I
That's a
hope it
huge shift, no?
continues.
That's a huge shift from reacting to slowing down and just a little bubble left or a little drop left. That's a huge shift. People must be surprised, like, what happened? I'm throwing the pebbles and nothing is happening. Right? But again, as I said, it doesn't happen overnight, but with constant attention, not tension, but attention of the practice. The more you keep doing something again and again and again, it'll become your nature. It becomes a habit. Habit goes on to become your nature and becomes natural, becomes part of you. And anybody, you will see yourself, this is how I will respond. No matter what the opponent is. Okay, I'm going to pause here and open up for any thoughts, any comments, any questions.
Om Shanti Kinri Ben.
Yes, Sister Nandi.
I would just like to, for you to please welcome Pastor Jeanette Adams. She's in
Yeah,
contact with us. We
okay.
invited her to the Monday Insight, and I see she has joined.
Yes,
So
she
please
did.
welcome her.
We actually did. We were trying to tell her to unmute, and I think she's having an issue. But definitely, welcome, Miss Janet Adams. Very good. Lovely to have you.
Pastor Adams.
Yes. So when she,
Sister Jeanette is a pastor here.
okay. All right. Very good. Cha. Anyone else who would like to share? This month, the sessions that we are going to be holding is newness, but the newness coming from a space of silence, from a space of stillness. Okay? So we all have to respond, we all have to do, but can it come from the space of silence? I'm sure I've shared my story with all of you as well, right? The train story. Did I share with you the train story in the subway story? So practice will come handy anytime, whatever challenges that we have. Definitely have your self-defense, but stay stable. When you're stable, when you're grounded, the right thought will come at the right time. Because when I'm confused, I can't take a decision. So Dadi Janki would always say, make your intellect plain and the plan will come. So when there is a lot of noise, I can't see. Settle, stable, then I can see. It's always there. If you have a question, you know the answer. Because many people, you'll go to 10 people will tell you different answers. But the one that you will resonate, it will come to you. All right. Sister Hilia, you would like to share anything?
And listening.
You're listening. You're a very good listener. Anyone else would like to share? Comment or any practice that you are doing on a personal level? Okay, you want to say something? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to share. So last night Sunday,
Uh-huh.
I have to prepare for the week. So
Yes.
I'm like a little flustered or busy in my head, and here comes Sister Helia calling. And she just, I know you had a long Sunday, and she just nice. Just tell me to go into the week, with positive, try as much as you can to like do the drills and carry this good energy into the week. And I was just like,
See,
all
Sister
right,
Lilia, the magical
everything
words.
is gonna be all right.
All
Nanny
right.
called.
It's like a blessing, no?
And I'm like, okay, I'm going into the week brand new.
Brand new.
But I think sometimes like that helps.
Definitely.
I think even if you could settle yourself,
Mhm.
having that little call just adds a little bit to your basket. A little, newness, positivity, or whichever. So I think the people that you
Definitely.
surround yourself with or reach out in some small way, I think is also
So,
beneficial.
Sister Hill, you were inspired her. So you are going to know, pass on, right? Yeah, check on each one.
For
How are they doing spiritually? And yeah, you never know. Even that few lines, and
It's
genuine.
true.
That when you share, it's like a blessing. It becomes a blessing. Blessing is nothing but where it becomes effortless, easy to be in that. You might have heard Elisa talk about drills. So
Yes.
not the army drill. These are the spiritual drill, different postures of the mind and the intellect, of the inner being that we are practicing. We take, when you do yoga and all, you take different postures of the body. This physical drill, they say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also 1, 2, 3, 4, but different positioning postures of the body. So if you all have, since we're finishing early, and that was the aim as well, to do at least half an hour or 20, 25 minutes of good meditation, right? So we can do a couple of the drills. We'll walk you through step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We'll do 2 or 3 rounds of it, and then can have very light music, and then we'll end with a song or
Perfect.
yeah. Right?
Yes, very good. The drill is very good.
Before we step into the drill, anyone wants to share? All right. So wherever we are, let's all fly in and fly up. Okay. The first step is to become bodiless. So what does that mean? The step of bodiless is just to settle into that space of the inner being that I am, a point of light, dropping all the labels, all the roles, all the mask, everything else that I'm carrying, I drop all of them and I stabilize in my true self as a being of energy. Don't feel the pull of the body as if the body has melted away. Body less. Just like a candle melts, the consciousness of the body melts. Step 2. I sit with my divine parent. The ocean of light, the ocean of love. I'm sitting next to him, but with him, or in front of him. I'm sitting with the divine parent. I observe the life of Brahma Baba, the ups and downs, the turns and challenges, how he stayed, how he responded in every situation. Just observe. And as you observe, take inspiration. And that is step 4. Sitting with the divine. I walk on the footsteps of Father Brahma. That is, I respond from that inner, silent, still space. Step 4. Feel the lightness inside you, letting go of all the burden, where the inner wounds are also healed. Start again. Step 1. See yourself at the center of the forehead as a being of light. And in a second, become bodiless. The consciousness of the body drops. And ageless, weightless, colorless. Step 2. Let's sit with the Divine Parent. Step 3, take inspiration to imbibe the virtues, letting go of whatever that is heavy. The divine is called the true guide. It shows me the right path. Step 4, place your foot on the footstep of the divine. Step 1. At the center of the forehead, become bodiless, dropping the cloak of the body, the consciousness of the body. Step 2, sit with the divine being, the ocean of love, the true guide. Step 3. Holding the hand of the guide, place your inner step on his footstep. Step 4. With the divine, feel the lightness, detachment, and just fly. Shanti. As you listen to the song or to the music, just stay in the company of the true guide.